I will read, sir, from your most recent tweet about your podcast. Episode 4 of Kobe, LeBron, and the Redeem Team, The Godfather. Hear how Jerry Colangelo took over operations of USA Basketball, convened a quote-unquote meeting of the 5 families. You had me at hello on that one. And received an endorsement for Coach K from a surprising source. What do you mean by the meeting of the 5 families about the Redeem Team Olympic squad, Jay?
So Colangelo, who we nicknamed the Godfather for this, and if you know Jerry Colangelo's Boss Power, it's an appropriate nickname. After he takes over the basically USA Basketball program, he wants to hear from some of the authority figures and some of the most powerful and influential people associated in the history of USA Olympic basketball. So he gets in a room Jerry West, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Dean Smith, John Thompson, Scottie Pippen, all these Olympic greats from the past, and gets them to convene. So that's why I likened it to the meeting of the 5 families. It's very difficult to get all those people in a room, especially when there's no financial stakes involved for any of them. So they just basically have a meeting and an idea session, brainstorming session on who do we want to coach this team, what are the type of players that we want on this team, how are we going to run this program going forward. So that was one of the first things that Colangelo did as he took over the program.
And so, we spoke with your colleague and co-host Jack McCallum last week about this, but really lingered a little bit more on the original Dream Team that he was there and around for. Just seeing these photographs of Kobe and LeBron right now just really strike me of how young LeBron is and how Kobe was essentially to use the phrase, godfather of that team as well. How much do you think rubbed off on LeBron from this Redeem Team and we're seeing today now that LeBron has taken on the mantle in this role?
A lot. And it rubbed off on a lot of the other guys too. We talked to Carmelo Anthony. He was great about it, describing how much Kobe's work ethic and the dedication. I really believe he taught those guys what it takes to get to the top. And he was a 3-time champion. Dwayne Wade had won a championship in 2006, but most of those guys hadn't. Jason Kidd still hadn't won a championship yet at that point. He'd been to the finals, but so even he is really the veteran leader of that team, hadn't experienced championships. And so Kobe showed them all what it was. And sort of my central thesis for this is that they all benefited from being around Kobe and seeing the dedication and what it took for him to get to the very top. And he's at his peak at this moment in time in 2007 and 2008 when he's playing with Team USA. He led the league in scoring in 2006 and 2007, 35 and then 31 points per game. And then in 2008, he goes on to win the MVP. So this is Kobe in his prime, age 27 and 28. And so they're seeing that, and they're seeing the fruition of all of the work that he's put in. And so you get to see both the process and the end result simultaneously. It's pretty rare that you get to experience that. And the flip side was,
yes,
the flip side was that Kobe benefited from being around them because he learned what it was like to really be a teammate, to socialize and to be a part of the group, to feel like you belong to the group. And so that was his takeaway from it.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.